Hello again and welcome back to Casterton Vintage Videos. Today we're at the Rearsby Young Farmers Ploughing match, held at Thorpe Langton between Leicester and Market Harborough. And we've got plenty of tractors to see, both old and new. We'll start off by watching this team of horses and remember the way it used to be done for many hundreds of years. A good team of horses and a skilled ploughman could cover roughly an acre a day depending on soil conditions. And you'd need to walk about 11 miles, so you wouldn't need to spend much time at the gym after you'd done that. Here's a tractor you don't see often, the Ford 4100. These were produced by Ford in the 70s. We're going to try and capture some of the starts, and I'll look forward to receiving some comments from some of the ploughmen among you. If there's one model of tractor you're guaranteed to find on a ploughing field, it's a standard Fordson. Almost the perfect tractor for trail ploughing. And we're in the right place at the right time to take a look at this opening split. How about marks out of 20? This particular Fordson had an unusual vaporizer on it. I didn't know what it was, so I asked the driver and he didn't know either. If you do, leave us a comment. A more common vaporizer for a Fordson, but still not the original. I think this one's from an E27N. The David Brown 770, made at Meltham Mills between 1965 and 1970. A nicely restored Ford 4600, and quite unusual to see it without a cab. In the reversible class we've got this Massey 398, built between 1987 and 1997. It's running with a 3-furrow dowsel and doing quite a nice job. Unlike many, the soil's actually slipping off the moldboards. An International 856 with an older Ransom reversible that's just refusing to slip. There are always plenty of grey Fergies at ploughing matches, as the grey Fergie class continues to go from strength to strength. And here's a grey gold Ferguson, the first tractor produced after the merger between Ferguson and Massey Harris, officially known as the Ferguson 35, and only built for a short time between 1956 and 1957. We're back with the trail class now, and there's a start for you to mark out a 20. And here's another start for you to comment on. And we'll leave some of the oldest tractors in the field and we'll have a look at the newest. Interestingly, in this part of the field, the ground just does not want to slip off the moldboards. We've got a Deutz Commander here, and I think that's a late 80s to early 90s tractor. And a new Massey 8S. This one's sticking a bit to the moldboards as well. And they're a bit worn. I don't think I've ever seen one worn that bad. A Caterpillar D4D, late 60s, early 70s this model would be. And it's fitted with a Turner 3-point linkage and a Reversible plough on the back. Working a crawler with a big mounted plough, you have to be careful not to make too much of a mess of the headlands. You can soon push up a big heap. And it looks like we're going to get a demonstration specially for you two. And despite the fact it won't slip, that's not doing too bad a job. What a great thing to see at a ploughing match. And it looks like the Massey 8S is on the move too. We've also got a Massey 6715S with a Reversible plough. And a lovely John Deere 4040 from the late 70s, early 80s. And this one has a Kverneland on the back. Back at the top of the hill, the vintage tractors are getting close to a finish. And if you've ever match ploughed, you'll recognise this moment. Have you left enough for the tractor to sit on, or will it go down it? Our next tractor's this 50s Nuffield Universal. And there's always a lot of measuring going on at a ploughing match, although at this point, if it's not right, I'm not quite sure what you do. This original condition David Brown is quite a nice tractor, and it's got quite an unusual plough behind it as well. This is a Bamford Kevernland. Bamford's originally imported Kevernland and painted them yellow. And if you like something a little bit different, how about this David Brown? I couldn't quite work it out, so I asked the owner, and he explained to me that it's an Implomatic front end with a Selectomatic back end grafted onto it. They're just getting ready to finish a furrow at the moment, and we'll watch how this goes. And a quick advert for today's host. Christmas is coming, and Grange Farm is a great place to do your shopping. We're back with the Fordsons again, and they're getting close to making a finish, so we'll stick with them and see if we can learn something. So it looks like Chris has got his calculations about right. He's got 5 furrows left, and the tractor's nicely sitting on top with the left-hand wheel. And on the adjoining plot we've got Mick on an almost identical tractor, and he's just taking his shallow single furrow before he finishes. And we'll just stay with Mick while he fits his left-hand disc, and then we'll watch the finish. And there you've got it, a pretty nice final result. Leave me points out of 20 in the comments. And we're back with Chris again, just in time to catch his finish. And on goes the left-hand disc. And we see another top-class finish taking place. Leave me points out of 20, just like the previous one. The competitive ploughing slowly drawing to a close, and some of the larger tractors and ploughs are putting on a bit of a demonstration at the far end of the field. It gives me a chance to catch up with some of the ones that I didn't catch working before. Like this Ford 7710, built between about 1982 and 1990. We've had a wonderful day at Rearsby Young Farmers Ploughing Match. Congratulations to the young farmers on organising a first-class event. We've managed to take you all the way from the horse plough right through to the modern tractor, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to drop down below and click the thumbs up button to give us a like, and also if you subscribe you'll be notified when we launch the next video. That's all from Casterton Vintage for this week. See you all again very soon.